Okay, recording in progress. Great. Well, thank you, Christy, and good morning to everybody. It's a pleasure to be with you. Happy to be able to join Cotton and Coffee. I've tuned into many of them. But yes, as Christy mentioned, this morning we just want to take the opportunity to tell you a little bit more, give some insights into our activities and efforts in Asia. As Christy mentioned, I am stationed here in Cary, North Carolina at our headquarters. However, I do oversee our Asia operations. So pre-pandemic, I did a lot of traveling in Asia, working with our team over there and meeting with accounts. But now I'm kind of in the Zoom world, just like many of you are. So excited to have the opportunity to be with you. And also, one of the benefits I see from Zoom is that we are able to include some other folks. And so today, you probably have not had the opportunity to meet Bonny Kwan. She's our associate director in the Hong Kong office, but thanks to the technology, we're able to kind of beam her in today and have her be a part of the presentation as well. Bonny is 13 hours ahead of us, so she's kind of, we were joking earlier, living in the future and staying up nice and late. It's about 9:30 her time there. So Bonny, thanks for joining us. And Bonny, why don't you take a minute and introduce yourself to the folks on the call here.
Sure. Thank you, William. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Bonny Kwan from Hong Kong office. I worked with Cotton Incorporated for more than 13 years. And then I had experience working with university and international brands before joining Cotton Incorporated. Very nice to see you today.
Great. Thanks, Bonny. And thanks again for joining us. And I'll go into share screen now. So bear with me for 1 minute as I pull up our presentation here. Okay, so can everybody see that in full screen? Are we good?
Yeah, it looks great.
Thumbs up there. Okay, perfect. All right. Well, again, it's great to be with you all today. Don't need to go through much of introduction here on the slide. Bonny and I will be handling the presentation and going through some of our activities that we are conducting in the Asia region. A lot of activity in Asia, and really the first thing that I'd like to do is to set some context around our presence in Asia. Take a look at some key data points. Data does a great job of capturing and showing us exactly how important Asia is in the global textile industry. And really simply stated, Asia is the #1 manufacturing hub for textiles and apparel. So Asia is a major supplier to a lot of major markets, of course, including the United States, Europe, but it also is a major supplier for its own domestic markets. So some key markets there, huge consumer markets like Japan, China, and India. And I guess the good news about all this is that cotton is really a key raw material. Cotton is a key component and one of the key raw materials that goes into a lot of the apparel that Asia manufactures. And here, just to capture a little bit of a snapshot, you can see that in crop year 2021, world cotton mill use was around 121 million bales. And just in Asia alone, just in the countries in Asia alone, they consumed about 75% of that cotton, around 92 million bales. And as we look into this and kind of dive in a little bit more deeper, we can break this consumption out by country. And here you can see that 6 of the top 10 countries that are consuming cotton are in Asia. And topping that list is China, consuming around 40 million bales last year, and then closely following India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. So these are a lot of the major cotton consuming countries and very important countries to our business. So just these top four, if you look at China, India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh, that's about 70% of the world's cotton consumption. As we shift and look a little bit more specifically at U.S. cotton and U.S. exports, it's important to note that the United States is the #1 exporting country of cotton. So we, as in the United States, export cotton to over 30 countries around the world. In 2021 year, we exported 16.3 million bales, which is actually more cotton than we produced, but we were able to tap into stocks and ship that cotton around the world and meet the demand. That also is probably part of the reason that we're seeing some of that price support that we're having today is that high demand that we had last year. Again, if we break this down by country, you can see we have a lot of very important customers in Asia. Again, Asia is the #1 manufacturing hub and is the #1 destination for U.S. cotton. So you can see here shipping a lot of bales in 2021, shipped a lot of bales to China, but also had significant orders from Pakistan and Vietnam. And Pakistan and Vietnam are two markets that we really are seeing a lot of growth in, and we're seeing a lot of opportunities for U.S. cotton, but also just cotton in general. So of the top 10 countries that are receiving exports to the U.S., roughly 8 of them are in Asia, and that demand resulted in about 12 million bales to Asia in last year's crop year. If we shift and kind of transition, looking a little bit further downstream and look at kind of the garment side of the business, you can see that exports of cotton apparel from Asia are significant. Exports of apparel back to the United States. And you can see that Asia is very much a vertical industry. It's a very much a self-sustaining industry, meaning that they not only import the raw cotton, but they spin it, knit it into fabric, weave it into fabric, and ultimately put it into garments. And in 2021, about 75% of the cotton apparel coming to the United States was sourced directly from Asia. And here, again, just kind of breaking these things out by countries, because with our Asia offices, as I'll present, we're very active across the entire region. Of course, you can see here that China is the largest exporter of cotton apparel to the United States, but there are a lot of very important players. And with these players, it's also important to recognize that we a lot of times see sourcing shifts. These trends change regularly, and that's really important for us to remain flexible as an organization, and really a great reason why we have 3 office locations in Asia. These sourcing shifts occur because of a range of different reasons. A lot of times we're looking at chasing cost, but also things like trade policy or political issues will also cause short sourcing to shift from one country to another. Even during the pandemic, we had some significant shifts in sourcing because countries like China, in Vietnam, and Bangladesh had extended shutdowns. So brands and retailers had to look to other countries to help fill their orders. I mentioned previously we have 3 offices in Asia. So you can see that cotton is very much a global fiber. So Cotton Incorporated, we have to be a global company. We need to support all this cotton demand that's happening around the world. And to support the industry activities and support the brands, retailers, and manufacturers, we have 3 dedicated offices in Asia. The first office is our office in Shanghai, and they have a very specific role to really support the entire supply chain within China. So that office, again, is headquartered, it is in Shanghai, and they support all the manufacturing and brand activity that occurs in Shanghai. Our office in Osaka, Japan is kind of our technical hub. We have senior technicians there that can help with technology adoptions and also support a lot of the activity that we have in Japan and Northeast Asia countries as well. And then lastly, I'll mention our Hong Kong office, which is where Bonny is located. And Hong Kong really is kind of our gateway to the rest of Asia. Hong Kong is a great central hub for a lot of brands and retailers and manufacturers, and really gains us access to countries in Southeast Asia and South Asia as well. We have a magnificent team in our offices. Here you can see all the experienced teammates that we have. Vast majority of the team in Asia has been with Cotton Incorporated for a long time. Vast majority, Bonny mentioned she's been with the company 13 years. Most of them have been with the company for 10 years or longer. A couple in there that are actually over 20 years. The team is educated in textiles, all with textile degrees, and some with higher education degrees as well. And many of them come to us from previous work experience with manufacturers of brands or retailers. So, we have a very strong and experienced global marketing team for cotton. And I mentioned, Asia is a huge region. So this team is working across 13 different countries. I made the point about the sourcing shifts and how that occurs regularly. Well, it's really important for us to be positioned in the right places. So having these offices in Osaka, Shanghai, and Hong Kong, really we have strategically placed them there so that we can maintain flexibility and get to the markets where we need to market cotton or to support the use of cotton. So this team typically travels extensively, again, supporting activities in over 13 countries. Up to this point, I've talked a lot about the manufacturing side of things, and Asia again is the #1 manufacturing hub. However, Asia is also very important because there are many brand offices across the Asia region. These offices are typically placed in country and region to help with sourcing, to help with design, and to help with product development. The biggest contingent of brand offices in Asia, I would say, is in Hong Kong. Again, Hong Kong is really a great hub and springing off point to reach many different countries, and including China, Southeast Asia, South Asia. And this is the country, this is where Bonny calls on accounts. So Bonny is really working very closely with the brands and retailers that have sourcing offices inside of Hong Kong. You can see there's a significant contingent of US brands in Hong Kong. However, also we have a lot of brands from Europe that have offices in Hong Kong, and also many international brands that come from Australia, brands that come from Japan, Canada. So really, again, it's a big hub, a great opportunity for not only for us to be reaching manufacturers in Asia, but also for us to stay very well tied in and working very closely with the brands that have offices in the region too. So we really have a kind of a push and pull effect working throughout the supply chain. So before I transition over to Bonny to get into kind of some of the specific activities that we have going, I do have to say that our key objective, well, it's Cotton Incorporated in general, but specifically in Asia, is we're looking to get more cotton into products. So in Asia, you can see here we work across the supply chain. Asia is very unique in that we have fully integrated supply chains there. We'll work directly with cotton spinners who are purchasing cotton, purchasing US cotton, converting that into yarn. We'll work very closely with the fabric manufacturers meaning companies that take the yarn and put it into knit and woven fabrics. And then with dyeing and finishing, I have to come back on. Can everybody hear me? But
Yes.
mostly also pulling all the way through to the brand side. So really, we've got a push and pull marketing strategy that's happening there, working very closely with the entire textile supply chain across Asia. And the last slide I'll show here before transitioning over to Bonny is we utilize a range of marketing tools to help us promote cotton and help us get cotton adoptions and get cotton into the market. We'll use tools like trend forecasting. We'll use technology marketing opportunities, trade advertising, licensing programs. Really, you can see on this wheel a range of different tools that we employ. These tools are used to expand markets and look for new opportunities. And to talk about some more of the specific activities at a tactical level, I'll now pass it over to Bonny. So Bonny, if you want to take it from here.
Thank you, William. Thank you, William. So I would like to share some specific examples of how we work in the Asia region. One of the key objectives in Asia is to maintain a global presence for cotton. As the major voice of cotton among the industry, we engage in a lot of different activities and interact with industry leaders to generate awareness for cotton. And through meetings, industry events, marketing communications, sponsorship, and we try to reach more than hundreds of companies and thousands of contacts in the industry. Maintaining a global presence at this scale is very crucial for keeping cotton top of the mind of the decision makers. So Cotton Incorporated is a convener providing a great platform for bringing people in the industry together. By hosting and participating in different kind of events is one way for us to connect and facilitate business in Asia. And here on this screen, you can see there is This is the event that we host in 2019. The name of this event is called Great Ideas in Cotton. Great Ideas in Cotton. This is the event that we organize in Hong Kong, and with the presentations of different topics, marketing and innovation displays and exhibitions, as well as a president's dinner with key decision makers. We successfully brought together more than 350 representatives from 170 companies in 11 countries in Asia together. So in this scale of the event, it's a great opportunity for us to connect with the key decision makers and the influencer from the key companies in the industry. And in normal times, we regularly host our own events like this Great Ideas in Cotton event. And we also look forward to getting back to this large-scale physical event very soon. Next slide, please. So since the pandemic situation is getting more serious, and this type of physical activities have been a little bit different for us. And we try to find some new ways to reach the industry. And for a long period of time, this was done virtually. But now some live events in Asia have started to come back. As you can see from this screen, there are some physical events happened in Asia last year. For example, on the top left corner, you can see this is the Fashion Summit event, and it's our exhibit booth at the event in Hong Kong. And then below that, this is our Shanghai colleague participate in the Jeep sales meeting in China. And next to that, this is the Intertextile show in Shanghai. And then next to that, that is another CTIC event in China. And these are all physical events happened in Asia last year. And we have some more too. And for 2022, we have already scheduled and are planning some customs event around fashion trends and cotton fabric development. And it will be physical event too. So next slide, please. So another important marketing activity is to promote ideas that advance the use of cotton in product. This is very important objective for us too. And then in the industry, planning and designing apparel begins as much as 12 to 24 months in advance. And Cotton Incorporated is the leading resources for fashion trends, fabric developments, and performance cotton technology. And we conduct group presentations and one-on-one meetings with hundreds of companies in Asia to introduce and explore how to get the cotton into their products. And since the pandemic situation, and companies, they are not able to travel much internationally for getting trend and inspiration ideas. And they rely even more heavily on Cotton Incorporated to get such fashion and apparel trend ideas. And the trend forecast presentation, fabric development ideas, and we have a collection, fabric collection called Fabricast. And then our Cotton Works website resources become more and more important for the brands and companies' new product development. Next, please. And one of our strongest marketing tools are performance cotton technology. And these technologies are developed in our own R&D team in Cary, North Carolina. And by enhancing the natural feature of cotton to make some advanced performance on cotton product. This makes cotton to be more marketable and compatible by creating more new product opportunities. And here are some examples of the performance cotton technologies, such as how to improve and enhance the moisture management performance, and also enhance the durability and water repellency on cotton, and also improve the abrasion resistance or the wrinkle resistance of cotton product, and as well as using cotton as a natural stretch fiber. So cotton technology, these kind of performance technologies remain of high interest, and we have a record number of suppliers and requests from brands to run these technology trials too. Next, please. So once the performance technology is approved by Cotton Incorporated and developed, and we try to begin to work with the suppliers around the world to implement the technologies. And we have a technical team that can provide technical supports and advice to the manufacturers around the world. In Asia, our technical experts work very closely with the key manufacturers in different countries for conducting trials and doing development in order to adopt this, helping these manufacturers to adopt the performance cotton technology. And these manufacturers actually are the suppliers for many global brands around the world. And we want to teach them to adopt this technology and use them to advance the use of cotton. And once these suppliers successfully adopt the technology, we put them and their contacts on our licensed technology supplier list for promoting them. And on this slide, you can see we have these as our licensed technology supplier list, and you can find the suppliers' contact information over there. And then you can also see the pictures highlighting our technical experts visiting the mills to conduct some trials. And next, please. So we work with many suppliers like this around the world. So far, we have 276 qualified technology suppliers in 24 countries around the world. Because all the brands, they source the products around the world. That's why we need to have different suppliers around the world. And as you can see from this map, among these 276 suppliers, actually 214 technology suppliers are from Asia. Next, please. So one specific technology I would like to highlight to you is the tough cotton technology. Tough cotton technology is a finish that can make cotton products more stronger and then more durable. And this can be applied for both knits and woven. And recently, our tough cotton technology has been of very high interest for many brands. Next, please. So one of the retail adoption I'd like to mention is Target's tough cotton legging programs. Target sees tough cotton technology as a great solution for their kids legging program, and they successfully run the program in the last few years. And since this adoption, many other brands also see great value in the tough cotton technology to add value to their cotton products. Next, please. Here are some more examples for the tough cotton technology adoption at retail in the market. And for these cotton adoptions, we work with different sourcing offices, garment and fabric mills in different countries in Asia for each brand in order to assist them to successfully adopt the technology on the cotton products. Although on this slide, you can see they are all kids leggings. However, there are some more brands that have already successfully expanded the use of the technology on other product categories, such as t-shirt, underwears, hoodies, woven jackets, and shirts, etc. Next, please. And these are the marketing examples for our technology, other technologies, such as the water repellency, such as the moisture management technologies, and we have more on the way. And since these all products are mainly sourced from Asia, we work with different suppliers and sourcing office, some with some trading companies too in Asia to support the adoptions at retail for these brands. And just for your information, Duluth's tough cotton sweatshirts and hoodie jackets from their Alaskan hard gear line are available for sale now. So you may want to buy one or go to their website to take a look. Next, please. So I'll now pass it back to William.
Thank you, Bonnie. Great
Thank
overview of the wide range of our activities that we have. A lot of good insights, a lot of good work in the region. And I'll just close out by saying, this picture here, this is your cotton marketing team. There are a lot of good folks out there representing cotton, fighting the battle of promoting cotton over synthetics. Asia is obviously the textile manufacturing hub. So that's why we have a well-established team in Asia, utilizing a wide range of marketing resources, marketing activities to influence cotton. We have extensive reach through those 3 offices. I mentioned we calling on 13 different countries, again, working with that entire supply chain from spinning all the way to the brands and retailers. And just, lastly, I wanted to show this picture because I think it just really captures some of the creative thinking and some of the innovative things that we do in the region. This is a picture from that event Bonnie mentioned from 2019 in Hong Kong. So as you all are probably very well aware, there are no cotton fields in Hong Kong. However, we wanted to bring one to the region because we feel it's so important for people to understand cotton and also be connected to cotton. So we did a huge backdrop of a beautiful cotton field picture. And then we brought in stalks of cotton from the United States and created rows and rows and rows. So those people that were at the event not only got a wealth of information about all the wonderful things and great ideas in cotton, but also were able to just connect and really begin to understand what that cotton fiber is, how it is a fiber that is, ultimately grown from the earth and, is a sustainable fiber and all the wonderful things that go along with it. So cotton really has a very compelling story, and we're always trying to drive that message home, whether that's here inside of the United States or overseas in our global operations. So I appreciate the opportunity. Thanks for having having Bonnie today. It's been great to participate in Cotton and Coffee, and I will stop sharing my screen here, and I think I'll pass it over to Grant to facilitate any questions that maybe have come in.